Hey, hope your week is off to a good start. We're at hump day, so only halfway to go before you can have some fun for the weekend. Maybe you're feeling really kind of like tired of your job. You're just counting the days till you're off, even when you're just halfway through the week. I don't know, picking up some interesting energy here. Somebody's wanting to stir things up a little bit. I think everything has become a bit too predictable here, wanting to break out of a particular box. We're going to just do a collective energy read, see what comes up here. Who are we talking about today, Spirit? What are we talking about today? I will be bringing in request reads for the fire signs and the earth signs tomorrow and Friday, okay? So stay tuned for those. But we just open the week with a little collective energy read here and see what's on deck. Who and what are we talking about today, Spirit? For those who will receive this read, we're talking about some good old justice. Okay, justice on the scene is the foundation of the matter. Something that has been really out of balance is about to be brought into alignment. Which way will it go? I don't know. Let's find out. What is this justice about? So we got some score that's being settled here, a little karma that is being balanced out. It becomes the stuff of our dharma. It will be what we make of it if we're willing to do the work here. Let's see what this is. I mean, justice, we know the truth is prevailing in this matter. Something's been very out of balance, it appears. Some fortunes have been very out of whack. Ooh, look at this. We got the high priestess, justice, in relation to a secret matter, a hidden matter. Okay, there's justice at work. It may not seem like it right now. There may be something right now that seems like it's imbalanced, it's unfair. Ooh, man, we got the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. Look at this. This is real heavy hitter energy here. We got Justice, the High Priestess, the Emperor, to the Queen of Swords on the other side. Wow. Powerful Libra energy here. This looks like an opportunity to come into greater power in a situation where one is felt disadvantaged. It does involve a choice with the Lovers on the scene here. And there might be suspicion because we do have the Seven of Swords. Let's see. Oh, I like this though. It's the end of the Seven of Swords with death here, followed by some kind of offer with the Ace of Cups coming just in time for summer. So I feel like something that's been hidden is about to be brought to light. And whatever this is bringing some kind of balance. It looks like Queen of Swords, you got an Emperor approaching you. And there's some offer being put on the table here. We got Gemini energy out here very strongly too. Water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Strong Scorpio, okay? So this is an 8th house matter. I feel like this is related to some clandestine, sort of hidden matter. Something that hasn't been really aired out, I feel. Maybe because there's been some kind of argument in relation to this. There's been some kind of drama in relation to this. But it looks like somebody wants to come forward and sort of air this out. That's what I feel. I do feel like something's been hidden and something's been in a state of a holding pattern. It's felt very imbalanced. And somebody's hoping to clear the air here. Okay, what are they wanting to clear the air about? Queen of Swords looks like she is receptive to the advance. Currently, the Emperor is just merely sort of looking in that direction, hasn't really made this approach. Aries energy there, okay? Saturn and Neptune lining up in the house of Aries. This is what's going on astrologically, okay? So I do feel like there's a little bit of structure being brought to what's been too sort of undefinable. Somebody's wanting to nail something down. Maybe they don't like the feeling of things being a little too undefinable in your situation. They're hoping to create some definition in the situation, make it feel a little bit more balanced, try to figure out how can we move forward. And just as I said that, something came to cross the levers. What do we got here? Yeah, we got the Four of Cups here. Okay, so I feel like there hasn't been an offer that's come your way that's been, how can I put this? Intriguing enough for you to sort of come out of this sort of fixed position you've been in, collective. You're sort of like, no, try again. You're wanting something that makes you feel like, yeah, that feels fair, that feels balanced. Something hasn't felt balanced to you. I feel like there was already an approach that was made. There was something about the approach that was disappointing. I feel like this is somebody feeling like they're going to try again. That's what it looks like. Let me try again. Let me see if I can sweeten this offer for you. What do you think about that? Okay. I also feel like there's something that has been concealed in this situation, and that's what's been preventing something kind of going the next step further. There's suspicion, like somebody feels like the other is keeping secrets here. And I would say it's the Queen of Swords who feels the Emperor is keeping secrets, just because you can see the way that the Queen of Swords is very much like, all right, come and speak your truth. But if you look at like the Emperor's eyes, they're kind of like side-eyeing the Queen of Swords, like, how do I approach this? Maybe, well, keeping some things hidden. It's almost like somebody wants to keep some things in the shadows. You know, they don't want to reveal all of it. Can we just sort of kind of forget about that sneaky stuff? Like the sneaky stuff, it's not going on anymore, okay? Look. This is what I'm bringing you now. It's better than it was last time, right? It's better than it was last time. Can we give this another shot? But there's still this like desire to turn one's head. It's interesting because it's still like this sort of like side eye energy. You know, it's like I'm side eyeing you because I'm trying to figure out the best way to approach you. But I know if I approach you, 8:08 on the clock, so I know this is what this is about. We're on the right track with this. But there's still this like, but can we just sort of like turn a blind eye to that stuff that happened back there? Can we just like leave that in the past? This is someone who wants the new beginning without addressing what went awry in the first place. This is somebody who's got some secrets. And that's why this situation has been held at the crossroads. I really feel that here. Okay. There could also be like somebody that's been kept a secret involved in this situation. There could be that there's like somebody operating in this situation behind the scenes with the High Priestess here. I mean, I do feel like your intuition is sort of like, I don't know about this. Yeah, there's been some kind of heartache, some kind of separation. 3 of Swords in this situation. Characters on the board: strong Libra, strong Gemini, all the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but really strong Scorpio. And we got Aries here. And let's see what we got going on here. 3 of Swords, okay? Strong Libra. A lot of Libra energy out here with this read. Give me more details about this. I mean, the Venusian energy is front and center at this time. We are going to be having that rebirth of Venus energy, okay? And I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to want to press restart. You know, is there a way to renew a situation? All that sneaky stuff, it's come to an end. From now on, it's all going to be up front. But there's doubt here. I see it. There's doubt. And yet we see justice opening up this whole read. We opened up very strongly with this read. See, it's coming in again. 3 of Cups in reverse landed right on top of Death. Okay, so again, I feel like this person, whoever this is, coming forward, they're like, look, all that sneaky stuff, that's done. Everything's up front. There's no third party situation going on here. There could have been interference from somebody that was like a hidden element in the past, right? And this is what caused problems. Yeah, there was suspicion about this in the past. Maybe there's like a hidden message thread. There was hidden communication. 2 people were communicating with each other with the Page of Swords there. Like there is something that went down here. I see it very clearly. It was sneaky. It was sneaky and it was hidden and it was clandestine. And this caused some kind of heartache. Is this really true? Is there no longer this third party interference? Because see, I still see the sneaky energy attached to it. It could even be with a Scorpio, okay? That could be what's been hidden. There could be something sort of taboo about this too. Whoever this person was kind of connected to, communicating with, and whatever they were pulling. I mean, it does have like a little bit of strategy attached to it, especially with the Page of Swords coming out with the 7 of Swords. It's like there was something really compromising about this third party interference. Do you see that? Oh yeah, it got messy. Judgment around that, okay, for sure. There was something here that was quite complicated in the past. Sagittarian energy coming in with the judgment around this. So I know we're on the right track with this. And right on top here, we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Not good. Okay, what's crossing all this crossed energy? You already walked away from being invested in this situation. You distanced yourself from this situation with the 7 of Pentacles coming out with the Page of Cups to the 8 of Cups, strong Piscean energy. You distanced yourself from this because you recognized that there wasn't any growth heading in this direction. You also may have experienced some big loss, okay, in relation to this. There might have been something that was really disempowering about this. There's something that could have also really greatly affected your business. You might experience some kind of financial loss due to some kind of interference here. You chose not to invest in this direction because of this element that was involved. Coming out as strong Piscean energy there. It's right on top of all the crossed energy. Okay, what do we got here? This is what's landing on top of the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you blocked this energy, okay, with the 2 of Swords. You put defensiveness behind you. It's sort of like you always felt like you had to be prepared for something else coming at you. You may have felt like somebody was messing with you. Somebody was, you know, causing problems for you. Somebody was throwing something at you, you know. Throwing something at you in terms of just throwing one obstacle after another onto your path. Throwing something at you in terms of High Priestess here, throwing around some work, you know, to kind of get you caught up, slow you down, or trying to keep you in the dark with secrets that were being kept. It was keeping you at the crossroads. I see it. I see it. And what do we got here? It could have been in relation to your work. Do you see that? 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, Ace of Wands. This is what's landing on top of the Queen of Swords here. So in other words, you were fending off one thing after another. See this character here, really worse for the wear, holding on to that staff. And you see here, it's like the Queen of Swords road is opening up. The vistas are opening up. The success that has eluded is coming in. And it's because they stopped sort of holding a particular post that was keeping them in a position where they were having to fend one thing off after another. It looks like it was in relation to their work. And this certainly could be because work was being thrown at this person to like hold them back. Thwarting work. I mean, we got judgment on the bottom of the deck in relation to this. So now we got this person who seems like maybe they were connected to this character or they were somehow involved in this mix, an Emperor energy coming towards you, presenting some kind of offer, but it's sort of like, can we look the other way in relation to what happened back there? And so you might be suspect in relation to this because of the history of who this individual was connected to and what went left before. And the way you lost in some way, the way that it impeded your movement forward, the way it affected your business aspirations, the way it affected your stability, your growth. This was like a hindering influence. And yet this person wants to make some kind of offer. They're hoping to revive things. But see, this is what concerns me about wanting to revive things is I still see like right here, it's like, here comes the news comes in, the message, the offer, but it still looks like sort of like these three energies here at the forefront. So tell me about this Emperor's offer that they're approaching this Queen of Swords with. You don't have to be an air sign to be the Queen of Swords. This could be somebody that you've done business with before. This could be somebody that you've been involved with before, connected to before, but there was some kind of distance created in this situation. Looks like because of the involvement of another party, and there was something that was kept secret in this situation that was very compromising. Eventually, you got tired of fending off issues, probably some kind of argumentative situation or highly competitive situation. You were put in that position that wasn't like the terms of the arrangement, the agreement. You distanced yourself from this because you knew there was sneaky stuff going on. You put an end to this. You pulled out. Looks like you kind of went your own way in this situation. You may have even put certain blocks in place, blocks in communication. It's funny how every time I go into that, yeah, you went your own way with this. I see it very clearly. You've got Virgo energy there with the Hermit. You decided to go your own way. You're like, that's fine. You know, you two partner with each other. I'm going to go my own way. I'm going to find my own way here. Because something that was hidden was exposed to you with the moon, Piscean energy again. Okay, so this is related to like something that you had a blind spot with. You didn't see it before, but then you intuitively tuned into it. And then things started to roll out in such a way where it became very evident that that was going on. You trusted your own gut instincts in regard to this. You trusted your intuition. You pulled out of this arrangement. You went your own way. It's sort of one of those things like, I've seen it all before. I don't need to go for, you know, a repeat of this same kind of energy. And you went off on your own. You forged your own path here. All right, that's what I see. This is landing on top of the Emperor, and it sort of made the Emperor card get thrown out of balance. So I'm curious what this crossing influence is on the Emperor. Oh, we have the King of Cups here. I see. So now this person is becoming a little bit more clear about something here, and they're recognizing that maybe they got a little bit of feels here, because that's right in alignment with that Ace of Cups energy. And then on the other side here, we got the King of Pentacles. And that's kind of what landed right next to this Queen of Swords energy. Very interesting. See, I think there's still like a hidden component here. I feel like whoever is approaching you, they got something emotionally invested here in this approach, but they're concealing that. This could be like the hidden aspect too. It's like this is an aspect of what they feel that's hidden here, that they want some kind of healing in this situation, that they're hoping to reclaim a missed opportunity. They're hoping to have some kind of celebration on the other side of what ended here. And it looks like it didn't end in the best way, but I don't feel like they're initially approaching you like that. That's what I feel, okay? They're approaching you in such a way where it's like, let's do business together. Let's partner together. Let's have this work for both of us. And that came out with 2033 on the clock. So yes, it's like, this is just opening up the lines of communication, figuring out, is there a way that we can work together? Okay. And this is an emperor energy. So they got the embodiment of all four kings, just like the empress is the embodiment of all four queens. So when we see a lot of these masculine energies showing up with the emperor, they're all referring to the emperor energy. It's more like the kings are showing up, showing the different like modes of expression. This is crossing, the emotions are crossing. So it's sort of like the emperor is trying to keep the emotions under control. Why? Because they understand, you know, from their own journey and their own growth process that it's not time for that yet. It's like, let's handle practical matters first. So it's just opening up like the foundation of communication and probably discussing like, how can we work together and how can we work this out? And maybe even through like more of a practical angle here. That's what I feel. And I do feel there's still this piece, like, I don't really want to talk about what happened back there. It seems like there's not a readiness for this. Now, these two cards were sort of crossing too around this Queen of Swords. So let's see what we got here. The Queen of Swords is in a really strong position here with the Strength card coming out in tandem with the Four of Swords. It's like, she is already very aware of her truth. She's rested on that. She's already dealt with some kind of pain. She's let it go. She's transformed what held her back in the past. I mean, here she is as the Empress that's sort of like taming this lion. So there could be like a Leo energy connected to this, okay? There was something that she's already overcome here. And it's very interesting, too, to line up with this Queen of Swords here. This Queen of Swords could also be a Virgo energy. Sometimes the Queen of Swords can come through as Virgo, may have a strong Virgo placement in their chart. But this is really interesting, just the dualism with this energy here. Because the Strength and Justice cards can be interchangeable in decks. To me, this is almost like doubling of that judgment call of there's some kind of balance occurring for this Queen of Swords here. Because in some decks, Strength is justice and justice is strength. Like sometimes justice is number 8 and sometimes it's number 11. So to have this come out like this, it's really speaking strongly in relation to that. We also have big Leo energy coming in here as well, okay? So there's some kind of truth that's being rested on here. I feel like this is the initial approach, okay? And there hasn't been a lot of growth in this situation in the past, I feel. Like this situation had potential, but ultimately you had to pull away from it. You had to pull away from it because there wasn't an investment in the growth. And there was too much that was hidden. Too much that was hidden on an emotional level. There could have been a clandestine situation involved in this. And so I feel like this is just the introduction of the energy right now. It's not really wanting to go beyond this. I don't feel this approach has happened yet. So let me do a cut of the deck here on this. Yes, because there's been some like highly competitive, argumentative, dramatic situation that's been connected to this, a lot of fights. But it's like getting to the other side of that. How can we get to the success? How can we kind of cast off what was causing problems in the past to come to a successful resolution here? Is there a way to sort of start again and reclaim some happiness that, you know, wasn't able to come through in the past because of this energy. And this could even be in relation to like being put in a place of competition with others. And you're just like, I'm not going to compete for this, whatever this is. All right. Big Leo energy connected. And behind that, we have Taurus energy here. Okay. Big yes on that. But I see some kind of alignment coming in now. And it looks like there's two people that are finding a balance here. There is some offer being made that has the opportunity to strike a proper balance this time around. But I do feel like, you know, there's definitely a need to like come up and out with it. Like I see this Queen of Swords is in a really strong position here. And it's based on a certain wisdom that they hold with the Hermit there. They've gone their own way. They've earned their own spot here, so to speak. And I don't think this is about them like wanting to put themselves in a compromising position. So I do feel like in order for this alignment to happen, there does need to be real open, like everything on the board here, nothing hidden. But right at the center of everything, we did have that High Priestess energy. So that makes me feel like this is going to be a to be continued download. Like there's probably more stuff that will come in relation to this down the line. I'm really curious about that. Let me go ahead and pull out the cartomancy cards on this. 2644 on the clock. There's that 8 again, double 8, 16, Tower. See, I feel like there's still something hidden in this situation. It's like it looks good on the surface, but there's something still hidden here. And there does need to be like the revealing of that. We've got King of Hearts here to the King of Diamonds in the shadow to the King of Clubs in the shadow. Okay, see, this is like this person's coming forward in a very gregarious sort of way as they're making this offer. But I don't like this energy, because when we look at the King of Diamonds in the shadow, that's greed. That's a very greedy, controlling energy. And when we look at the King of Clubs in the shadow, this could be very combative too. It could be desiring to seize control of assets. And yet it's coming forward with this guise, like very friendly. And we have the Ace of Hearts here in the shadow. So see, there's something here you're going to suspect. I knew there was more to this. And it comes in with the Queen of Diamonds also in the shadow to the 7 of Diamonds in the light. It's like wanting you to invest. It looks like in something related to, there's some financial piece here. You might be concerned about somebody trying to seize control of assets or wanting to get a stronghold on something you've been developing for yourself. I say that because that 9 of Pentacles came out in reverse here. And that's usually something you've generated for yourself, something you've been growing for yourself. You see, it's like there's, fruit ripened on the vine here, but it's almost like spoiled. And it's spoiled on the side in relation to this Emperor. I mean, this could have been who they invested in the past. They discovered like, oops, I invested in the wrong direction. Now I'm at a loss. But now it's like almost wanting to seize control of the situation rapidly in your direction, collective. Yeah. Now they're wanting to move in your direction. I mean, but I see with the Ace of Hearts, it's in the shadow. That's a little suspect. I mean, I do agree that the presentation, it's going to look good on the surface, okay? I do feel that. It's going to look like a way through, okay? But you also know that there's a little something that could be tricky here, right? That's something that's been revealed to you before in dealing with this particular character, which might have you really feeling like, I think I just want to keep going my own way here. I don't know if I want to pull anybody else into the mix in relation to what I'm building for myself, because it looks like it's coming through in relation to like partnering on something, developing something together on a business capacity. Give me more details about what is the nature of what's being offered here. I mean, we got the same kind of energies popping out, these cards. Shadow light playing cards here. So I think that's kind of an interesting energy right there. They might even feel like you're the one who sort of like flipped it up and reversed it. Like you pulled something tricky with them. I think it's just because they in some way underestimated you or doubted your capabilities or didn't really like see who you were for some reason. You know, they just didn't think you were capable of pulling something off. That's how I feel. It's kind of coming through. I mean, we got 5 of spades here coming up in the light. 6 of diamonds here in the shadow. Yeah, something wasn't balanced before. Something wasn't fair. There was also something that just really was like a betrayal energy that was attached to this. Like whatever the sneaky element was, whatever went down back there, like this was not fair. It was not fair. It was a pretty brutal ending in this situation with the 10 of spades in the light. I mean, you're on the other side of this. Crossing energy. See, this advance, this is the energy you moved away from. This landed right on top of that moon in reverse, to the 8 of cups energy, to the page of cups. You know, big Piscean energy in connection to this. You're not trusting this. You're not trusting this. This is mirroring the energy. Look at this. The 9 of diamonds in the shadow is mirroring this 9 of pentacles in reverse. There will be loss. There will be loss in connection to this. And yet I still see this 4 of wands on the bottom of the deck and justice and all of this. And here's theory of 11 right here. So I know there's some alignment, but I'm feeling like this person's still in the mix. Whoever was problematic before is still in the mix somehow. That's what I got. Still in the mix somehow. That's what you need to be aware of with this energy. This could be like a hidden business partner they have, or somebody they're still contractually connected to. This could be somebody they're married to. This could be somebody that they're somehow tied to, and maybe even have assets tied to or something that makes this a really complicated situation. Could it even be like a house involved, property involved, okay? Let me just see sort of how you should handle this right now. How should the Queen of Swords handle this situation? Let's go ahead and look at all the characters real quick here. How should the Queen of Swords handle this situation? She's being approached here with whatever this opportunity or offer is. Flipped up in the middle of the deck. You know how to handle it. You already put a fork in it. It's done. I think you're going to sense that there's still this kind of compromising energy attached to the situation. And I would say you're not wrong about that. I mean, it does look like ultimately there's some kind of alignment here. There's some kind of justice for you. You've got some power in your hands here in relation to your work, to what you've been working on, what you've been investing in. And it does look like there's something coming in here for you. So to me, it's sort of like hold your ground here. Hold your ground. You already overcame whatever this was. Tell me about this Emperor. I mean, because it is an Emperor energy. What do we need to know about this Emperor? What do we need to know about this Emperor here? This also could be your energy, you know. You're in a strong position, and what's crossing you is a King of Cups wanting to approach you with some kind of offer, you know, to get pulled back into something that could be compromising. Yeah, 6 of spades. This is somebody he has. It looks like whoever this Emperor is, they've also blocked off some other energies that they were attached to because they recognized something was sort of like rocking their stability, rocking their foundation, stressing them out. So they did let go of something here. They let go of one of their options, okay? That's what I feel. These are other people they were working with. There was a lot of sort of like illusions spun around this. Yeah, 8 of spades. This person's freed themselves from any illusions they had about these people. But I do feel like there's something here you need to kind of like be careful with, okay? It could be, I could see it this way, with the King of Hearts here too. Not King of Hearts. The King of Cups. I mean, it's similar energy. Crossing. It could be somebody who knows, somebody manipulative who knows that this Emperor wants to head your way. And they might be trying to sway this person from approaching you too. I could see it coming through like that as well. Yeah, they could be trying to block them from moving in this direction. This could be somebody that they're still like in communication with, in the process of sort of distancing themselves from. Yeah, they're not ready to make this offer. That's what I feel. I think whoever this Emperor is, they are well aware that they want to move away from this energy. It looks like it's water sign, okay? Coming up pretty strongly. They want to move away from this energy, but they're still like entangled in this energy. They're not completely distanced from this yet. So it's sort of like they're getting antsy, like worried. If I don't make an offer now, like something's going to happen where I'm not going to get a chance to even like shoot my shot. I'm not going to even get a chance to throw my hat in that ring. But there's something about it's a tainted offer right now. And maybe that's why you're having apprehension, because you're going to feel like there's still this like unspoken, compromising third party energy in the mix. I think because you're sensitive to the energy, but there's something already lined up for you. So it's almost like, who really stands to benefit from this deal? Do you really stand to benefit from this? Is it worth it for the collective to like entertain this, or even to develop any kind of like possibility of future engagement with this Emperor? I mean, I think you're worried about maybe losing something that you've worked hard for, like you're worried about it being compromised, especially if you sense like that there's still this involvement. I mean, it does come out with the 4 of clubs and the light. I mean, this is like mirroring this energy. So I would say yes, but I would also say that this is just the very beginning of this, with the Page of Pentacles coming up on the bottom of the deck and the World right behind that. And with the Knight of Wands after that, to, wow, look at that, to the Wheel of Fortune. And after that, we have the Tower, to the Hangman, to the Magician. Oh my gosh, to the King of Wands. Okay, so this is a situation. Yeah, there's the Queen of Clubs right there, and she's coming up in the light. So this is mirrored energy. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You're not looking at this character right now. You're not. This came up on the side of the Queen of Swords there, okay? Here's the King of Wands. So this Emperor is strong fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? And they are coming in with the Magician. So that's kind of interesting. Magician energy to High Priestess. So this could be somebody you share, quite a connection with. There's some Tower coming here. Okay, we've got Hangman energy with that. And I feel like this is what it's speaking to. It's like, until this character puts an end to this situation, Strong Piscean energy connected there. Also, we got some Scorpio energy there. Okay. Until this character brings an end to this situation, they cannot really be free to turn this wheel of fortune and bring about this transformation. I think this is something they're in process with right now, but I do see them moving forward after something gets brought to completion. I don't think you'll entertain it prior to that, but all the fixed sign energies in the mix: Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius here, strong Aquarius too, okay? So this is something that's in process. I do feel like this person will try to renew things, will try to renew the connection. They're going to reach out, they're going to take some action, but it's just the very beginning, and it's like a baby step, and it's not going to be possible until something's brought to an end. But I do feel like where the Queen of Swords in the past had some heartache, it looks like that's transferring to a Queen of Cups now, right? So this looks like somebody that they've been partnered with that they're moving away from because something's been revealed, something that was hidden, and now they're realizing where they need to kind of course correct. It looks like they're coming your way, but I don't see you investing anything in this yet because you're going to sense that nothing's wrapped up with the other situation. But it does look like they will do what's necessary to balance this out. So this is a to be continued download here. Pretty strong opener though. This is progressing, and this will continue to progress through the summer, it looks like. I think there will finally be some strong action taken on your part in relation to this by the time you hit the fall, okay? So this is one of those things that's going to be revealing itself in layers, but do look for this energy to start to introduce itself within the first 72 hours that you receive this message. So when I say that, pay attention to synchronicities coming in, pay attention to what you're feeling, what you're picking up, what are you sensing here, what is coming up in your dream life even, you know? So if you're having dreams that are sort of bringing certain characters into the mix, you know, maybe people that you haven't seen for a long time, this is sort of stuff you're picking up on the ether. It may not be manifest yet, but if you pay attention, you know, it don't take a weatherman to know which way the wind blows, man. So this is what's starting to roll out. More to come in. Stay tuned.